Welcome everybody to another episode of Pincase Talk, episode number 23, if I'm correct. And Cubby is joining me for a while. This is Cubbish, my cubby, kind of hanging out together as we do every day. So today we're going to talk about quite a few things. Right now I'm in my living room. Spending time with Cubby. I'm like digging the rain outside. I like watching the rain, listen to it, and get all my thoughts together. What am I going to talk about? What am I going to plan for my reviews? I read the emails that are sent to me or the comments. Remember, constructive criticism is the key, I think. When you get harsh and negative on a comment, that's kind of like a turnoff. When viewers, you guys, send me a request either by an email or by a comment left, I try to fulfill those needs. Every one of us are different. Our needs are different. We're curious about this or that, or how does this work, or how does it fit together. And I may have done a review on a pen, like we'll take the Conklin All-American, the Old Glory, the limited edition I just recently done. I did a quick review. I wasn't planning on doing a full-blown review. And the reason for that review, for the way it was, is because some viewers were asking some specific questions that I think I answered what they were needing to know. I had someone, and you can read the comments below, I left it, that told me that was, in other words, a lousy presentation. And I shouldn't do so many videos. I should cut back. And I didn't tell about the Conklin converter, about how it unscrews. Well, there's a lot of things I didn't say because I previously have said before in a video that I've done maybe last year. And if you want to find some of these videos, just you go into my channel and look it up. But that's a lengthy video. And I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about things I have talked about before. Are you with me? Cool. Peace. Now, I'm not champed or anything. I guess my feelings were hurt because it sounded like you don't know what you're talking about. That's a sorry presentation. I thought it was good. It was right on the money for what people were asking. Some people don't like lengthy videos. Some people do. Some people like short videos. Some people don't. I've been through all this before. Some people like full-blown details. Some people don't. I've done it every which way and then some. So, and I've said before, I can't please everybody. I've tried. I really have tried to reach out to each and every one of the viewers, and I want to make you happy, but looks like has to be a fine line there that I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing on how I do it. And I'll keep reviewing certain requests that the viewers ask me to do by email or by a comment. If I don't know the answer, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I don't know. But I hope that makes some sense. No, I'm not all highly agitated. I guess your feelings were kind of, touched there because I do work hard on what I do, and I spend a lot of time doing it because I enjoy doing it. That's my passion. And I want you all to kind of pick up on my passion on what I'm doing, and maybe you might find something new on my review that you didn't pick up from another reviewer's review. All the reviewers are different. At least I don't want to copy another reviewer. What a drag would that be? A clone. That's not me. I do as my heart tells me to do. So, anyway, get that out of the way. So, we're going to go to my desk for a little bit and chat a little bit there. How's that? So, let's go to my desk. Are we ready? Okay, we're at my desk now, and this is where I do some of my stuff for reviews. I may do some of the research here, or write letters or whatnot, and then go from here. The next process, I'll go to where I actually do the hands-on, the review. This is the desk. Some people are asking about the desk, so here's the desk. Roll top desk. Got drawers, just basic desk. Nice desk. Meets my needs. So, what do I have here? I've got dictionary, bills to pay, Christmas cards. I've got pin stuff inside my drawer. Glass case, cases with pin stuff in it. One more case with pin stuff in it. I'm a pin guy, what can I say? Pen case with even pencil sharpeners in it. Oh yeah, I do use a pencil from time to time. And also, you know, mechanical pencils, regular pencils, Sharpies, letter openers, rulers. What else can I tell you? A ballpoint pen. Yes. Why is that? Sometimes if I have to write on make a check, even if I turn my pen upside down to get that signature, it won't happen, so I always keep a ballpoint just in case. But am I a ballpoint fan? You know, I don't hate them. I'm not going to sit there and badmouth it, you know, but I'm a fountain pen user. That's what I do. So, and in this drawer, pen stuff, notepads, and in this stuff, I have the adult coloring books, and I have paper, and on this stuff, I've got all kinds of cool stuff, highlighters, pencils, pens, whiteout, scissors, well, there it is, ta-da! And then, kind of have to have one of these to keep my highlighters in. All this gets used at one time or another. And some bubble wrap, so when I send a pen off or something, and then I have a little holder here that has other whatnots in it. So, here's another one of these little fellows with some pencils. And speaking of pencils, look here, Santa Claus. Love that pencil. I'm always going to love pencils. Because I was, you know, raised in the 50s, right? Went to school, and that's what we did, use pencils. And all this is tied to my memory, a lot of this stuff. And that's why I tend to use it a lot. And I cherish it a lot, and I'll never let it go. Over here, sometimes if I work on my desk, I'll put my cloth out and work on it. And you see, look at how cool this is. You can see all this. I love all the colors. You're working on it and the ink is spilled or drops or you're cleaning the bottle, whatever, but I just like the after effects. I think that's cool myself. That's what I do. And here's another one. And what else? Well, the button here. Sometimes when a button pops off. Okay, you're asking, so I'm answering. And I got notebooks. I have notebook paper in here. Want to see? Okay, I'll show you. Told you. And I've got notebooks, folders, different colored copy papers. So that's a tour of the desk. And up here, I have a little 3-drawer container I have stuff in. But actually, I started in the kitchen table doing my fountain pen reviews. And then there were a lot of comments made that they really couldn't see the quality of the video because of the light coming in through the back of the window, even though the shades were drawn. And wasn't enough lighting, they said, so I went from there to the, what is now half of a pen room. So that's where I'm at. So let's go to the pen room. Thanks. Okay, here I am. And just to give you a heads up, this video may be a bit lengthy, so I hope it doesn't bore you or you just lose your thoughts and say this bleh, and split, because I got a lot of good stuff to talk about. So, and that's what I do, blab. But that's okay. I enjoy it, and hopefully you guys as well. So, now we're in the pen room. This is where all my magic happens, right in here. All back in here, you've seen it in prior videos, the shelves full of pen stuff. All this drawers here is either pen cases and pen stuff. And over here, it's filled with notebooks, more notebooks, more notebooks, all different sizes. Lots of samples of inks, bottles of inks, and my cool toys up there. Yeah, I play with toys. I'm not ashamed of it. Real quick, all right, pen shows. If you're going to the pen show, I'm sure a lot of you already been to the DC Pen Show, and I heard it was a blast. I wish I could have made it. You don't know how bad I wanted to go, but first of all, I can't afford it. Second of all, my health won't allow it. So, but God willing, I'm going to be rocking at the Dallas Pen Show. I love the Dallas Pen Show. So, I've been saving up my pennies and dimes because this is the ultimate high, the ultimate passion, the drive. A pen show. Yes, I'm a geek and I'm proud of it, and I love pen shows. So, anyhow, they have a October pen show coming up in Colorado. And Anderson Pens will be there. It's a good plug for Anderson Pens. Thank you for sending me this one. I bought some items from them. They just got in. So, Brian and Lisa will be at the Colorado Pen Show. And that's going to be October 6th, 7th, and 8th at Doubletree, Stapleton North. Okay? And let's see what else. Friday is from 10 to 6. I'm sorry, Friday it's going to be from noon to 6 p.m. And on the 8th, it's going to be Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, it's going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Admission is $5 at the door. And children under 12 is free. That's cool. So, be looking out for the Andersons at the Colorado show. And then, bless their hearts, they're going to be rocking in the Ohio Pen Show, and that's going to be in November 2, 3, 4, and 5. At least I think they are. If anybody knows different, leave your comments below. But this is a brochure that I've got. So I'm going to gamble and say they are going to be there. But I know they're going to be in Dallas next month in September. And I'm going to be there. Okay. Enough of that. So, I just got some of the inks in yesterday, and when you buy your ink samples from Anderson Pens, you get 2 milliliters of beautiful 3 mLs vials of beautiful ink. Not 1, not 2, but 3 mLs of ink. And that's what I got from them. I got some Mont Blanc Toffee Brown and some Monteverde Olivine and Mont Blanc Burgundy Red. And later down the road, I'll tell you the reasons for that. So, the other day, I did that review, remember, on this beautiful Conklin fountain pen. Oh, I can tell you again, the clip is a rocker. As you see it rocking, I can open it up, and I can take it apart, and I can tell you about the converter. It's a screw-on, but see, I've already done all this, so that's why I didn't go through it. And the reason why I did it, I'll say it again, is because the viewers didn't want to know that. What I went over briefly is what they wanted to know. Now, I've had another message from a viewer about changing out a nib. A number 6 nib. I don't care if it's a Joe O, Bach, number 6 nib. Anderson nib, Knox, Goulet nib, number 6 nib will fit Conklin All-American pens. That's all I'm talking about this right now. How easy is it? I'll just go into briefly. I'm not going to do the whole 9 yards. Get your fingers like this. One on top of here, one on the bottom of the feed, and just turn your pen. And they unscrew right out of the grip. 1 piece, 2 piece, and 3 piece, and then there's your converter. So, very simple. And you just reverse the process, and it goes right back in. Now, how do you get the feed out? Well, that would be a review I'll be doing next. The nib pulls straight out, and I was waiting for my Anderson 1.1 stub to come in, and it came in yesterday. I'll be using that on the review, and I'll have to find it, but I have my grip, my rubber grip that I'll use to help me pull out that nib. Sometimes you may need something strong to help you grip that nib and feed and pull it straight out, or sometimes you have to rock it back and forth gently, but you know, be careful not to damage the nib. So, anyway, this is, again, the nib. So, be cool? So, these are both beautiful pens. You can pick these up at Anderson Pens or elsewhere. I have the prices in my briefcase. They're around $76. And I looked on eBay, and they run anywhere from $72, some with, some without shipping cost, as high as $92. And there's also auction that's on there. But I can tell you now, the auction you're not going to get for no $30, $40. Been there, done that, tried that. But real nice pen, but we'll talk about these more later. All right. Oh, here's the other one I have. In that beautiful lapis blue. Beautiful pens. Love them. Don't forget Conklin, Monteverde, under one umbrella. Jaffa is the one that covers both pens now. So, now, for all you newbies out there, and even for you, Matthew, if y'all haven't met Matthew yet, that's Troy's little boy, getting into fountain pens. How old are you, Matthew? I forgot. 6, 7, 8, 9. Forgive me, Matt. I forgot. But anyway, you're just getting into the fountain pen world, and this is to any newbie, not just Matthew. Take it slow. Don't rush into it. The fountain pens aren't going to go anywhere. I know you're enthused and excited and just want it. I've been there, done that, and I'm still that way. But for me, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to tell you how I did it. Here's my first 2 fountain pens I ever bought. The Gin House. This is red. This is blue. I got these at the January of 2015. Now this one, though the pull-off caps, has finally cracked right where the cap goes on, but it's still usable. So, and here's the blue one. These were my first 2 little babies that I've ever even touched to get me into the fountain pen world. And when I did these 2, the rest is history. Then I started trying other Gin House. And then I kind of branched out and went into the Metropolitan, Pilot Metropolitan. I went into that $15 range. I think back then it might have been 14, 15, but anyway. And I kind of hang there for a while, and still buying other Gin House. Many other Gin House. Reasonable? Yes. Affordable? Yes. Free shipping? Back in 2014? Yes. Was more free shipping than there is today, I've noticed. How many Gin House have I had? Well, I've given out over 120 Gin House, different variety of Gin House. Believe that or not, I have. And I probably have about, I don't know, 15, 16 left. That new one that I will be giving away. And when that ends, I will stop for a while giving out Gin House pens. I'll be starting a new giveaway with the Platinum Preppies, fine and medium, different colors. I really like the Preppy. I have the blue one, medium size nib, and I've carried that 24/7. That always goes wherever I go with me in my man's bag. And I'll show it to you right quick. There it is. And does it right? Well, let's see. It better right. There you go. And you know, this stays in this bag day in and day out. And I never had problems with it. And that's the only pen that I have as an eyedropper. And I use one of my favorite color inks, Noodler's Bay State Blue. So, anyway, back to the newbies on fountain pens. Take your time and explore. Gin House is a really good pen. They write right out of the box very well. And what I discovered in my journey, that on the 159s, 450s, and 750s, they use a number 6 nib, that I can change that out and use any number 6 nib I want. Anderson nibs, Goulet nibs, Knox nibs, any Jobo nibs that are number 6. I can even use a Conklin number 6 nib. You know, if it's a number 6, I can use it. And then I've only had, believe it or not, 2 250s. And I think that that nib size might be a number 5. I'm not real sure on that. But I like wet inks, nibs that are wet. I like that flow to just come on out. And the Jinhao, they write great. But for me, they're not wet enough. They're like, they're not dry and they're not wet. They're just so-so. But they do the job. Not a problem. I have a few Jinhaos that I keep, and I leave them just like they are. So, take your time, people that are in fountain pens. Learn. Remember, there's more time than money. Enjoy your fountain pens. Take baby steps. And when you're ready, go to that next step. And you'll know when you're ready to really jump into the game. Who knows, it may be sooner than you think. But for me, it was love at first right. And when that nib bug hits you, that's another thing to watch out for. I started on medium nibs. I don't like fine nibs. I can't stand an extra fine nib. That's a nail to me. And I like some broad nibs. Not all broad nibs, just a few. But then I found that a lot of pens I used were dry. Had some feedback to it. Now, some people love the feedback in a good way. They like to feel that nib going across the paper, kind of helps them, let them know where they're at. And some people like me just like the smooth nib, just gliding like butter across the paper. That's what I love. And laying down the ink as well. That's me. So, I got away from the extra fine quick. Later down the road, when I started getting into other pens like the Lamy Safari, their pens wrote extremely well. At least for me, in my opinion. Some of you may disagree. I guess I was lucky because I even tried their fine nib. Excellent. Nice and wet. So I was lucky on that. And there's another nib. The stub nibs. I was dying to try a stub nib. So I tried a 1.1 stub. Didn't like it. It was a Duograph, Conklin Duograph. Didn't like it. Too dry. And I tried a different stub, and I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't here. And it really wasn't wet. So I stopped with the stubs and stayed with my mediums and ventured on. And finally one day, you know, I ordered some nibs from Anderson Pens, because that's when I started changing out with the Jinhaos I mentioned. So fine, medium, broad, 1.1, 1.5, and I've got to check on the, I know I got a 1.9, I'm not sure from where, but anyway, I got some of their nibs, as well as Goulet nibs, as well as some Knox nibs, and started experimenting, you know, how to change nibs. And I just like the 1.5 stub, first of all, the best. then I like the 1.1. I love the 1.9 as well. Now another nib that I'm in love with is the Mont Blanc Oblique Medium Nib. Talking about a juicy, nice nib. That's one. In fact, a buddy of mine, Bill out there, has loaned me his Mont Blanc. Mine that I own is a medium. His that he owns is a medium oblique nib, and I just love it. And I got to get it back to him soon. So, anyway, that's how I learned. And on making a pen wetter, I can do a review on that. There's a few different ways to do that. 1, 2, maybe 3 or more different ways to do that. And to polish a nib, I can do a review on that as well. Now, I'm no expert, by no means. And now I won't touch a mid-range to higher end pen and try to make them wetter, because even though I've been 2 years in the program, I'm still not comfortable of taking any risk with my pens. Because knowing me, I could probably mess up. So that's something on the agenda for me to do some work on. Changing out nibs, pretty simple. But it took some courage for me to step up to the plate to start doing it, because I was scared to death of doing it. But after I did, piece of cake. So, that's the story for some newbies. Take your time. The pens ain't going nowhere. And what's important to me is from the little kids all the way up to the big kids, to the older kids, to the teenagers, the adults. Fountain pens. Tell them about fountain pens. If you got a fountain pen that you can love to give away, give them one. Ask them, do they know about a fountain pen? And if they don't, or if they do, share them what you know about a fountain pen. You don't have to be a professional fountain pen knowledge professor to do that. Just say, hello, Mr. Announcer. Do you use fountain pens, sir? Probably would say, no. Do you know what a fountain pen is? And they'll usually say no, or sometimes I've heard of it. And then you go into your spiel, which you know. And just say, I'd like for you to have that. But make sure you want to tell them about using a cartridge or the converter inside, because that's going to be important. Is when they run out of ink, they're going to need to know, well, what do I do now? So, but anyway, I think that's going to be my spill for today's pen case chat. Last but not least, and I get this a lot. Yes, I do have Patreon still. Yes, I do have PayPal. I believe they're right there in the description box. All you have to do is just click on that, and you can do whatever you want, 25 cents, $1, whatever you can afford. And you can do it for a one-time donation, or you can do it per videos, or however you want to set it up. You know, a nickel, dime, quarter, $1, it all helps me to buy other pens and products so I can share with everybody else. Of course, I have to put money with it, but it helps, believe it or not. In fact, I just transferred $15 from Patreon to my PayPal, and that took about, I don't know, a few months, 3, 4, 5 months, maybe. But that's better than nothing, right? Because that Dallas Pen Show is coming, and I'm hungry. I'm ready for it. What am I going to buy? Well, I know off the bat I want a 700 TWSBI. I want the demo, but with either a black one, with the black cap and clear barrel, or a rose gold, or a blue, or green, but 700. It's a big pen. I like it. I have the 580, and I have the fine on that one. It writes okay. And then Troy sent me a 1.1 stub. He got a 580 that he sent me that stub because he was putting his medium on it, and I love the 1.1 stub on it, so that's what I want. I want a 700 TWSBI 700 with a medium nib, because I already got the 1.1, I've got the fine, and I've got the broad, so I need a medium nib. Yep, I think that's how it works, and I can change out. Cool. So that's one. Looking at some Parker Centennial, Duograph Centennials with the big red 18K medium nib. Been wanting that for a few years. Thinking about the Sequoia, is that how you pronounce it? Monteverde new one. But I heard it's kind of a dry nib on it. That I'm not too happy about. I like wet pens. I really not into feedback and dry nibs, but if the nib is wet, I'll live with the feedback. I'm looking at that pen. What else? Well, I had a list of pens that I'm interested in checking out, and those are the only two that come to mind. Some Waterman pens. I want to check some of those out, and some Parker pens as well. There we go. I'm going to buy me some inks, and I think, well, I know for sure I'm going to get the Mont Blanc, what is it called? It's not the ruby, because I just got the burgundy red, and it's not the regular red. There's another one that come out, and I don't have those notes with me. They're at my desk, but I'm going to get that for sure. Some nibs. I'm going to be stopping for sure at the Anderson table for sure. Probably some paper, and just look around and see what catches my eye. I'm going to go Saturday morning. Probably get there around 10 o'clock maybe. So if you see a guy, hair like this, a cool cane like that, well, that's me. I'm Larry. So, what else can we talk about today? One last thing before I go. I was at the post office the other day mailing off a pen, and I haven't seen this for years. And I grabbed one so I can show y'all. It has nothing to do with pens, but look. Selective service. Wow. I haven't seen one of this. You sign up, 18 to 25 years of age, sign up. Now that takes me back to my days when I had to do it. It's the law, so I thought I'd share that with y'all. First for me to see that in a long time. Well, okay, folks. I'll be planning some reviews for next week. Now, tomorrow I have a review coming up that's already been made. So Monday's is already done. And I'll be working on Tuesday. And I'll probably do a nib change out on one of these pens. I'm going to change that medium number 6 nib to a Anderson 1.1 nib. How's that? And if you want me to do a full review, leave your comments below. And I'll do a full review from the box opening, from the top of the cap to the end of the cap, down the barrel, to the grip, to the nib feed, and even the converter. I'm sure you've seen them. But if you don't, that's cool too. I enjoyed either way, because you know what? What else is better to do than fountain pens? So, Matthew LaPlante, I believe is how you say that. If I butchered that, I apologize. Thank you, my friend, because you and others like you will carry the torch, which is the pen, for future generations to come. God bless each and every one of you. Leave your comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Hit me a thumbs up. That helps out a lot. I appreciate all the time you spent with little old me. And I hope you found this pen chat case big interesting. Peace, love, it's time to go. Talk to you later, guys.